Hi, I'm Anthony from Augmented, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through step by step how to set up the storefront for your guided mobile tour app. If you haven't already, sign up for a free account at augmented.com. Let's get started. Okay, whenever you log in, you'll be able to access your dashboard. And when you get to your dashboard, you can click on My Tours, and that will bring up a page that looks like this. Whenever you first log in, obviously you won't have made anything yet, so you'll see this little message here, but we're going to create a new tour by clicking on Create New here. And once that pops up, we see that we have some options here. First thing on the left is the tour website landing page, and we're not going to deal with that today. This is the website version of your tour where people can find you on the web. Today, we're going to deal with the mobile app editor where you can get in and actually start making your mobile app, your mobile tour right on the phone. So I'm going to click on the pencil there, and I'm going to discard this little pop-up. You can watch that on your own. And this is our tour editor window here. And the phones that you see here, or the screens that you see here, are laid out just like they will be in the phone in which users are going to access your content. So the first thing they'll see is the phone on the left-hand side here, and this is called the storefront. And on the storefront, you'll have a hero image, some preview images where people can look through and get some highlights of what your tour is going to be about, and then also some text content and possibly a video if you want to add that on. The next screen is the splash screen, and that's the screen that sort of welcomes people into your tour. It's the first screen they'll see after they click start or they pay for your tour. And then after the splash screen, they get into the meat of your tour where all of your content is. So we're going to set this up, and I'm going to go through each one of these one by one so that you can get started as quickly as possible. So the first thing we see up in the left here is the address or location. So this is the location of the entire tour. So if you happen to be in San Diego or New York or London or wherever, you can click on this and you can type in an address. So I'll just pick New York and it pops up. And I see a little phone here that pops up and says, hey, we're in New York. So great. So our first step is already completed. The next step is the storefront hero. And so the storefront hero is sort of the main image, the main poster, the main thing that people are going to see that will catch their eye and say, hey, I would like to do this. So you want to make sure that it's catchy, that it's a nice photo and sort of encapsulates kind of what your tour is about. So in order to add any images, you can just look over here under this add image section and you can upload from your computer. You can add from a URL link, or you can add by searching for images with our built-in image search. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add an image here by using the built-in image search. When you pop this up, there's an image source and you can pick Pexels, Wikimedia, or Unsplash for now, and we're going to be adding more later. But these are all Creative Commons images. They're free to use. And so when we type something in, I'll type in New York, what happens is we go out and we search that website and we pull in images from that website and put them on the screen here for you to download and place directly into your tour. Okay, so now that some images are loaded up on the screen, we just want to pick one that sort of really encapsulates our idea of what our tour is going to be about. And just to give you a little bit of an idea of what you're seeing on the screen here, this says images selected 0 of 1. So this tells me that there's one image available to be placed into this section. There are some other sections that you could put up to 10. This one just happens to be only allow one. And if you look over here, the storefront hero is a landscape image. And so I'm going to want to select something that's a landscape image. What you see here, if you click this plus sign, it adds it to your queue. If you click the check, it takes it away. If you click on this little link here, it opens up the original image from that link. If you look down a little bit further under the T, this is the title that is in pixels for that image. And this is the photographer who took it. So Roberto Lee Cortez is the photographer. If you click this little button here, then that copies it to your clipboard and you can put that information wherever you want. So I'm going to select this one first. And once you choose that, what we're doing is we're going to that repository, we're grabbing that image, we're downloading it, compressing it, and making it fit exactly the size for this application so that it will load very fast and look as good as possible. The next thing we have is our storefront previews, and this you want to kind of give some highlights of what your tour is going to be so people can sort of see before they get started. And again, I'm just going to pick the search option here, and let's pick Unsplash this time, and I'm going to type in New York. Okay, and as we can see, there's some images that are popping up here for New York. And this says it's 0 of 10, so I can pick up to 10 images. So I'm going to grab a couple, pick that one, I'll pick that one, pick this one. I'll pick this one, and that's enough for now. So I'll go ahead and add these. So again, we're grabbing these images and compressing them and downloading them. You can see over here, images 2 of 10, 3 of 10. So it's starting to populate the images as we go. All right, and now that that's finished, I can see that I have some images over here that I can play with. If you want to delete an image, you can always just hit the trash can. If you want to move an image so you can sort of see how the images are lined up here in order, you can just hit the arrows up and down, and that will move the images up and down. You can put them in any order you want. You can also add a caption in here. I would recommend that because oftentimes people are going to be looking at this slideshow before they enter your tour or before they purchase your tour. And you kind of want to give them an idea of what they're going to see whenever they get into that area. The next section is the text. So this is the text for your storefront. Here you can add a title. It's going to be My New York Adventure. And notice it adds the title to the top here. A great weekend in the Big Apple. All right. Adds a subtitle. And then in the description here, you can add whatever information you want. I'm just going to add whatever, just a bunch of content in here to see that this actually does put something in there. Next would be to add the splash screen. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. So I'm going to just check Unsplash. I'm going to type in New York. And here we have some images. So for this one, you probably want to pick one that is portrait mode. So not side to side, but up and down. And this looks like a good image. So I'll just go ahead and pick that. And that's there. Next thing we can add is our banner image. So this one is going to be sort of a thin rectangular shape. You can always see the preview of what the images are going to look like right up here. So I'll type in the same thing, New York, and we'll just pick Unsplash. Okay, and these are, we want something that's landscape, and this is going to be kind of thin, so we want something that has some good presence right in the middle. So I'll just pick this one for now. You can always go back and change anything that you put into these pop-ups by going and just deleting. So if we wanted to change this one, we could just delete it and it would go away. If we wanted to pick a new one, we can go back in here and choose New York. Let's pick Unsplash. And I can pick a different image. I'm going to put this one in. And there we go. Okay, your storefront is all ready to go.